in motion as you burn calories and lose weight. Just one fitness routine a week will achieve serious results in 4 weeks.
Total Crunch Evolution has enhanced the way I work out and the results I achieve. It's not just a fitness equipment, it's a life changer. This versatile, time-saving machine is perfect for anyone looking to lose weight or stay in shape. Trust me, this is a game changer you've been waiting for.
With my busy schedule, finding time to work out and stay in shape has always been a challenge until I discovered the Total Crunch Evolution. It's a lifesaver.
Traditional exercise equipment is large, complex, takes up so much space in your home, and you could be paying up to 400,000 naira for annual gym fees. Get the Total Crunch Evolution, the 2-in-1 fitness solution to save the cost and transform your body from the convenience of your home. Similar equipment costs 300,000 naira, but you can get the Total Crunch Evolution for not 300,000 naira, not even 200,000 naira. Order right now and get your Total Crunch Evolution for just 179,950 naira only. And that's not all. You can get our Total Crunch Evolution in 2 easy payments of 89,975 naira. That's right. Pay twice to get your Total Crunch. And remember, if you order now, you get the Total Crunch Evolution delivered to you for free anywhere you are in Nigeria. And it comes with a ShopX 30-day money-back guarantee. Call the number on your screen now or scan the code to place your order now. But hurry, limited stock available. The proceeding is a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Welcome to Beyond 100 Days, everyone. I am Nifemi Akintelure. It's Good Friday. And attention around the world is turned to the sacrifices of Jesus Christ and how it brought salvation to mankind. And indeed, President Bola Tinubu is calling on Christians in Nigeria and around the world to emulate the sacrifice in Jesus' compassion. The president, in a statement by Special Advisor Ajurun Galali, notes that the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity is an emphatic lesson to yield to selflessness and compassion, and to be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. President Tinubu strongly commends Nigerians for the sacrifices they've made in the past few months for the nation to be steered to the path of recovery and sustainable growth, assuring them that the seeds of patience which they have sown are beginning to sprout and will in no time bring forth an abundance of good fruits. And though President Tinubu has chosen to go about the business of governing the country and has asked that no celebrations hold for his birthday, messages of goodwill have continued to pour in for Mr. President as it turned 72. The Tinubu descendants are praying to Almighty Allah in this holy month of Ramadan to bequeath the president with sound health, more fruitful and productive life as he continues to impact the country. The Tinubu descendants say President Tinubu has shown uncommon courage, visionary leadership, and also monumental achievements in various sectors in less than a year in office. And for former Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Sunday Dare, says President Tinubu has proven countless times to be a remarkable leader. In his goodwill birthday message, Mr. Dare appreciated the president's contributions to the growth and development of Nigeria over the past decades, saying the president has exhibited uncommon wisdom, remarkable vision, and exemplary leadership, and prayed for more wisdom as he leads Nigeria in these challenging times. Happy birthday, Mr. President, from all of us here on Beyond 100 Days. Let's begin with our first conversation on the show this evening. It's about discrimination against persons living with disabilities. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria says it shut down Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's KFC, an international fast food restaurant chain at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport here in Lagos over discrimination against a passenger. Recall that on the 27th of this month, Debola Daniel, son of former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniel, had posted on his official X page about his experience at KFC, that's the Murtala Mohammed International Airport branch. According to Daniel, the restaurant had stopped him and his family from entering, stating that no wheelchairs were allowed. This post has sparked conversations on the issues of widespread discrimination against persons living with disabilities in Nigeria and what stakeholders must do differently to better the quality of life of more than 27 million Nigerians with some form of disability. You can join the conversation right now on X using the hashtag Beyond 100 Days. Remember to tag at TVC News NG and at Nifemi Oguntoye. Joining me now is the GM, Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, LASODA, Adenike Oyetunde Lawal. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this evening. You were at the airport on the day this news broke along with the Commissioner and other LASODA officials. What were your findings?
Good evening, and thank you very much for having me, Mr. Oguntoye. Happy Easter to you as well as your viewers. So as soon as I got the notification, personally and alerted my agency, we immediately went to the airport with my Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mr. Mobolaji Ogunlende, and we were received at the airport by the RGM, having been instructed by the MD of FAN. Upon receiving us, we were told that they had done their investigation and they welcomed us into their customer service area. Afterwards, we insisted, and without refusing us, we actually made our way to KFC. We spoke to the manager at the branch, and then we actually had to speak with a few other employees there. Unfortunately for us, the young lady concerned had closed for the day because she was on the morning duty, and we found out a number of things. The manager insisted that the brand does not have a discrimination policy against persons with disability and claimed that the employee was overzealous, as the case is. At that point, the RGM had mandated that several things be done, and that would determine the next course of action. Almost immediately, the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency was also put in notice, as well as the National Disability Commission. Every single person was alerted, as the case is, and we read out the law to them, the Special People's Law of Lagos State, establishing the agency that I now run, which has a few functions which I'm sure we'll be touching on later on in our conversation. And that's exactly how swiftly we responded. And in almost an under 4-hour, 8-hour window afterwards, FAN shut down that branch of Kentucky Fried Chicken because of the reason and everything against Mr. Daniel.
You know, everyone is talking about the swift response, and I've heard many people ask if this response would have been so swift with similar complaints from every other person with disability. What do you think?
I believe very strongly that that is sort of impracticable, that is very unrealistic, and that is sincerely unfair to my administration. I assumed office as the general manager of the agency, and unfortunately, because of the nature of the subject matters we have dealt with, for every matter that has come to us, we have dealt as importantly as possible, because the Themes Plus agenda of my principal, Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, means social inclusion, gender equality, and youth empowerment. We are not leaving anyone behind. So you can, sadly, I cannot disclose the names and the matters that we have dealt with because some of them are still ongoing. But you can be, sure that we have treated every single case, because outside of the fact that we do not want to leave anyone behind, we also have factored in race, gender, and in this instance, family pedigree. It is not Mr. Daniel's fault that he was born into the family of Daniel, and he must be a humane treatment that anyone who has been brazenly discriminated against must get, and that is exactly what it is my agency has done.
So we're hearing that FAN has instructed KFC management to issue a written apology. We saw a form of apology on X to the affected person, and they've also said that the management should display a policy statement of non-discrimination at the entrance of the facility before resuming operations. Will these suffice?
It would all suffice, but you and I know for a certainty that one of the things that we're going to do, which I can also share on air, is there's a lot of looking into the books. And I must also thank the Public Affairs Unit of FAN and the entire department, because what we're now doing is to get our hands into what goes on when the trainings are happening at KFC, because it's very easy for brands of big nature to throw employees under the bus and claim that where infrastructural provisions are being made that they are disability compliant. But in actuality, as with this case, sadly, the apology was posted online. To the best of my knowledge, I do not think the apology has been sent specifically and directly to Mr. Daniel, who was abused. None has been sent to the management of the airport. And I do not believe up until my coming on air, we have gotten any apology notification of sort in my agency.
So you talked about the Lagos State law for people with special needs earlier. A section of that law actually stipulates that public buildings should not be constructed without the necessary accessibility aids, such as lifts and what have you. By the way, many of those airports, their lifts have not been working for many years now. You can also add to it even some government-owned infrastructure like overhead bridges that are not built to suit people who use wheelchairs and what have you. We haven't seen much enforcement in this regard. What do you think is the next step, from perhaps an agency like yours or the state government?
One of the reasons I'm on your show this evening is to first whip up the humanity in every single person, because without a doubt, what it is that is left for every single one of us to do is to delve into how humane we can be and then collaborate. Conversations of this nature also pushes out the narrative about how important it is for every single person to consider differences when it comes to disabilities. The deaf, the blind, the deaf and the blind, persons with albinism, persons that have spinal cord concerns, persons with spinal bifida, the elderly, pregnant women. These are just a few of the categories that my agency ensures that we protect their interest. And we cannot do it on our own. There are people, individuals who have taken it upon themselves to put out awareness materials out there. A young man just did a movie on YouTube called Kaseko on YouTube, and he was talking and addressing the concerns around people with albinism. Reality is that we are currently working on amending the law as is, the Special People's Law of Lagos 2015. And until that is completely done, we have started consultation, we have gotten the inputs from the stakeholders across the clusters, and very soon we'll open it up to the general public so we can get as much into the amendment as possible. Then the machinery of enforcement will go out. And I'm coming because this is one of the reasons that this story is very personal to me, because I'm also a person with disability myself. Right knee, above knee amputation is ongoing. It is high time one of us pay attention to the concerns of persons with disability in Lagos State and in Nigeria as a whole.
Absolutely. I saw a podcast where you shared your story. I think it's very inspiring, and I think that it is now your time to do your bit in this regard, seeing what you've gone through yourself. But I'm concerned about enforcement. Are we likely going to see visits to, business owners, even religious organizations that have, public facilities, to perhaps talk to them about the need to comply with this law?
The first agent of socialization, as we know, is the family unit, and afterwards it moves to religion. One of the biggest tools that we can do and use is what we're doing: one-on-one advocacy and awareness. We would very soon start to take the awareness into the grassroots and then take it into the the religious institution as well as educational institutions, because the realities about it is that if, for instance, you have a child who is 5-year-old and come back home and tells you that they have an autistic child in their classroom, almost immediately you are made aware of what it means to have a classmate who's living with autism. And that way you yourself become an informal advocate for persons with disability, more specifically autism. So we're going out, we are coming around, banking institutions, religious societies. You must also agree with me that a lot of these structures cannot be renovated, unfortunately. A lot of these structures. So there will be room for us to actually advocate into providing, branches here and there, providing services where people are allowed, even when they cannot get access into some of these facilities, because the conversation as we want enforcement, realism is also very key. And that is why going forward, all the Lagos State agencies are actually on board, particularly with building, so that we avoid that we faced with now.
Absolutely. I believe we have some more time in the future to talk more about what LASODA is doing and how you also intend to engage other stakeholders. General Manager, Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs at Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, thank you so much for talking to us. Well, let's turn our attention now to some politics. Preparations are in top gear for the 16th November off-cycle governorship election in Ondo State. And APC already commenced the sale of nomination and expression of interest forms and delegate forms. I'm joined by perhaps the only woman in the race within the APC, Fumi Wahid Adekojo. She joins me live from our Abuja studio. Fumi Ayike, thank you so much for joining us on the program. So the Punch is reporting that you are the first Ondo aspirant to pick up the 10 million naira expression of interest form to officially enter the race for APC governorship ticket. Were you trying to prove a point getting the form first?
Hi, good evening. It's so good to be here. And thanks for having me. Being the first person to pick the Ondo State gubernatorial form wasn't something deliberate. I went in because it was the due date and the time to pick the form. And I got in to discover that I actually was the first person to be there. So to me, it's like divine because it's our time. I will always be whole one. That's it.
Let's talk about the form for a bit. So female aspirants and persons with disabilities are given concession to only procure the expression of interest form while the nomination form is free. As a female aspirant, do you feel that that is necessary? You know, some have said such consideration already puts women in a disadvantaged position relative to men. Are they trying to say you can afford 40 million naira to purchase the form?
I just want to say on that we should first of all use the opportunity to say happy birthday to our dear President, His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for being a man of women. I mean, a man that believes so much in what women can do, in the power of a woman. Then let me now come down to the issue of having the expression of interest only for the women and making the form free. I tell you, women out there can pay the full payment. But because we have a father who believes so much and want to advise and encourage the women to come on board, coupled with the recent approval of FEC, that it just institutionalized 30% of women to be in the government, I think that is just a way of encouraging more women to come on board. Because Baba knows that this time in Nigeria, women have the solution at times. I give kudos to him. I will say thank you on behalf of other women. We are grateful.
So the only time, perhaps the only time we've had a female governor, I think it was in Anambra, and it was because, you know, Peter Obi was impeached. Nigeria is yet to have its first democratically elected female governor. So let's cut to the chase. They say in an election like this, there are two types of people, contenders and pretenders. Which are you?
Hello.
Yes, I'm asking that, you know, some have said that you are fronting, for instance, for the governor, who they say is your political godfather. How do you react to talks of this nature? Do you think you are a contender in this election?
I don't know where that is coming from, that I'm standing in for a governor or whatever, and I'm not also a contender against anyone. I am here as a qualified aspirant for Ondo State gubernatorial race, and because I also know that our people, right now, they want change. They are tired of the entire chaos in Ondo State. So I know the solution that Ondo State needs right now is women. So that is why I'm here, to represent them and make that solution to be in place. And then secondly, you know, if you want to be true to ourselves, the entire APC knows that there is need for someone right now to quickly come on board and rescue the party from losing this gubernatorial race to another party because of the inside crisis in APC. So let us have a woman of insight who knows that if I don't come in to rescue our party, I'm telling you, we might not be able to cope in November. So maybe women think faster than men. And I'm here to save the nation and to save the APC party. Thank you.
I'm a little bit surprised because your party has the incumbent governor who also wants to run. There are other big wigs that people considered political heavyweights who are also contending for the ticket. How do you intend to get the ticket when there is an incumbent governor who is intending to run?
Getting the ticket of APC is not something I want to even contend about because the ticket is mine. You know why I said that? The race is simple and everybody in Ondo State believes so much in zoning, which I am a woman of zoning. I love zoning. So if you want to be fair to us in the north, which our former governor, the late Aketi, came from, everybody in Ondo State knows that we haven't finished our term. That is the first point. And everybody in Ondo State knows that our governor, the former late governor Aketi, was the one that completed the entire zoning of the recent one they played. So if you are to be fair to us and fair to the dead, if we are the one that waited patiently to complete in the entire zoning of a state, and that same constitution did not finish their terms, and the same debt took away the governor, and the South still came on board after enjoying their 8 months and take our position to finish for us, it will be unfair for anyone from the North not to come out, because if we didn't come out, that means we lose our zone, because it's still our home. It has not been, it is still us that owns it. So if I don't come out, because we're the only one that came out from the North right now, that means we'll have just lost what belongs to us. So that is what I'm
Interestingly,
and I know.
They say there's an unwritten agreement in Ondo State on this zoning that you have talked about. And from everyone who I've spoken with, they seem to know which region is next, but it's not Ondo North. But let's leave that aside for today. We have to go now. Precisely tell us what you're bringing on board. What experience do you think you have to be able to contend, and what problems are you coming to solve?
Okay. Let me just tell you my problem that I'm coming to solve for Ondo State. I've already called it high C. What do I mean by high C? High C, EA. And the first I stand for infrastructure, which everyone in Ondo State, we have the best infrastructure system that you can ever imagine. The second high is investors. Bringing a lot of investors through the approval of the recent deep sea port that were given to us. Thank God we have the marine and the blue economy being established in Ondo State right now, which are yet to be utilized. I will make the great state to be one of the greatest states that every investor will be interested in coming into. Let me rush down to my letter S, security. One days ago, I saw what women were crying that the Chinese, they went into the blah, 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 they didn't allow them to farm, all these terrible things in the country. I'm going to consolidate on what our former late Akiti have done in terms of security, and then now it to be a place, and those will be a place whereby our people can go to farm without threat, without being afraid. Then let me rush to my education, which you all know is when the state is established in education. We have a good educational system for your people. You know, you can imagine how far the state will be developed, even better than the international world. And I come back to my word, hey, agriculture, which we all know there will be food bank. Everything called agriculture in Ondo State will be enhanced. And our farmer will no longer struggle to see who buys their things when they come from the farm. So my high IC is on board to come back. Thank you.
We're going to talk more about that subsequently, but let's see how it goes with the primary election. Fumi Ayike, thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you all the best, in your future political endeavors. We end the show today with a really sad news coming from Ondo State, with the passing of Dr. Paul Akintelure, a former running mate of Governor Akintelure in 2012 and an APC aspirant in the 2024 Ondo election. He died in the early hours of Tuesday in Lagos after battling with chest pain for 4 days. His death came few days after he raised the alarm over direct and indirect attempts on his life. Just a month ago, we had a conversation on this program where he spoke about his governorship ambition, his relationship with Akiti, and his position on the APC political crisis in Ondo. Dr. Akintelure was full of life and optimism during that interview I had with him. I remember asking him why he returned to run for office 12 years after his last attempt, and he said he was prepared and that now was his time. So I leave you with a short excerpt from that interview and express our condolence to his loved ones and the good people of Ondo State. That's our show today. I am Nifemi Okuntoye. He was running mate of the late Governor Rotimi Akintelure in the 2012 governorship election. He's thrown his hat in the ring again to contest for Ondo governorship polls in November. Dr. Paul Akintelure joins me live from our Abuja studio. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Nifemi Ayomide Oguntoye, the award-winning broadcast journalist. It is my pleasure listening to a great man like you.
Well, it's the first time someone will call all of my names on air. Good to have you join us. So let's get to leadership ambition for a bit. You haven't contested any elective position since 2012 when you ran as Governor Akintelure's running mate. How optimistic are you that you will get the APC ticket? And why did it take so long to return to the ballot?
You understand, when a cow is fighting and it tries to move backward, it's trying to gather strength to come and do the real, struggle. And that is what has happened. I decided to study the situation and wait for my time. I told you, my politics is not that of bitterness, it's not that of do or die. But I need to prepare very well. I prepare very well, and that is why I'm coming out now.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Madam, good morning. This one where everybody they follow you go market this morning.
We they go. It don't reach where these boys them go collect their vaccination.
But Peter and John, they no be small picking again.
Landlord, vaccines there for everybody. Small pickings them get their own. Big pickings them like Peter and John, where they from 5 to 18 years, then get their own. Even people like you, where they your age level get their own. Like COVID vaccine, hepatitis, tetanus, and other vaccines them.
I beg, it day too early for you to make me laugh.
Papa landlord, no be joke. Make you just waka go health center. Make you for know the correct vaccine for you. It go better. Make you follow who no road.
Vaccine no be for only small pikin dem. Boost your immunity for any age. Any health center to know the vaccine when you need. Or call 7722 for more information.
Follow who no road. The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Today, there are many complex, boring, expensive, and useless exercise machines in the market. Or you pay over 400,000 naira a year for gym membership and never go. ShopX TV is proud to introduce Total Crunch Evolution, the compact, versatile fitness solution that is perfect for you. With Total Crunch, you get a complete fitness workout in one machine. Say goodbye to ineffective and complicated exercise machines. Now, you have the power to transform your fitness journey and get the body you have always wanted right in the comfort of your own home. Total Crunch is the efficient and effective way to build muscle, tone and tighten your legs, shape your back and pectorals, while strengthening your core and defining your abs. Now that's totally effective to get the body you want. With Total Crunch, your whole body works out at the same time. Only Total Crunch can put your whole body in motion as you burn calories and lose weight. Just one fitness routine a week will achieve serious results in 4 weeks.
Total Crunch Crunch evolution has enhanced the way I work out and the results I achieve. It's not just a fitness equipment, it's a life changer. This versatile, time-saving machine is perfect for anyone looking to lose weight or stay in shape. Trust me, this is the game changer you've been waiting for.
With my busy schedule, finding time to work out and stay in shape has always been a challenge until I discovered the Total Crunch evolution. It's a lifesaver.
Traditional exercise equipment is large, complex, takes up so much space in your home, and you could be paying up to 400,000 naira for annual gym fees. Get the Total Crunch Evolution, the 2-in-1 fitness solution to save the cost and transform your body from the convenience of your home. Similar equipment costs 300,000 naira, but you can get the Total Crunch Evolution for not 300,000 naira, not even 200,000 naira. Order right now and get your Total Crunch Evolution for just 179,950 naira only. And that's not all. You can get our Total Crunch Evolution in 2 easy payments of 89,975 naira. That's right. Pay twice to get your Total Crunch. And remember, if you order now, you get the Total Crunch Evolution delivered to you for free anywhere you are in Nigeria. And it comes with a ShopEx 30-day money-back guarantee. Call the number on your screen now or scan the code to place your order now. But hurry, limited stock available. The proceeding is a paid presentation brought to you by ShopEx TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good evening, viewers. You're welcome to another segment of our testimony program, a platform where we'll bring you up to speed with the latest developments across the entire localities in Lagos State. I'm Ibrahim Ogunyemi. Here's a preview of our for you today.
No doubt the effect of the fuel subsidy removal has continued to bite harder on many citizens in the country. To arrest the situation in Lagos West Senatorial District, no fewer than 10,000 residents have benefited from food items distributed by the senator representing the district, Oluranti Adebule. This is part of measures to alleviate the hardship experienced by the people as a result of the fuel subsidy removal. The Lagos State All Progressives Congress Chairman Cornelius Ojelabi, other APC bigwigs, and residents of the Senatorial District were in attendance at the distribution flag-off.
It is my pleasure and privilege to stand before you today to fulfill another promise made to our people, to always stand by them in times of need with the distribution of food items to about 10,000 citizens of Lagos West, of Lagos State.
Adebule said her primary responsibility is to make law and represent the interests of her constituents, but would not hesitate to come through for them during tough times.
At this time, all I can tell them is for them to continue to support the administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, the policies on removal of fuel subsidy and the rest can be tough, but at the end of the tunnel, there is prosperity. There is prosperity, there is stability, and the economy will be better for it. That is what we can assure our people, and as such, they should continue to pray for him, they should continue to support the administration. And on my part, there should be understanding. We have other programs that we are going to roll out in the course of time. Like I highlighted earlier, We've trained about 200,000 in fishery. We gave them startup capital, about 100,000. And all the national UNITAD, we have always been there for our people. This will continue and even do more by the grace of God.
On his part, the state party chairman Ojelabi revealed that the party is proud of the Giant Strides initiative of feeding 10,000 people by the senator.
Very proud of our party, very proud of all the products we presented to the members of the public. And I want to appreciate the people for believing in the philosophy of All Progressive Congress, and that is the result of what they are benefiting today. We are quite pleased that she remembers that she's representing the people, having the feeling of what her constituent is facing, and that is what actually brought what we are doing today.
What we are saying today from our senator is quite, awesome, and we are grateful for our intervention. This is the first time we are seeing a woman in this capacity, because Lagos West is the largest senatorial district in the whole Nigeria, and she has represented the people well in the National Assembly. Bringing something back to them is something commendable, and we are very thankful for our excellency.
Senator Bule has not abandoned her senatorial district. She's always trying everything within her best to perform beyond the pass mark. And there's a standard which has been set by Senator Lamile Koyayi, our predecessor. So we don't expect less from her than what we are seeing today. 10,000 is massive.
She has contributed a whole little mile within the senatorial district, and she plans doing more, and she's not going to stop here. She has distributed over 10,000 palliative today throughout the LCDA that she's representing. So today you can see all the CDA's chairmen, all the party chairmen here, artisans, physically challenged, the market men and women, Imam Khan, they are all here, well represented here. This shows that she knows why they voted for her. She actually appreciated them, and she has planned to do more.
During this period of hardship in the country, she has done very well. This is part of relief to our people, and we appreciate her because she's just starting less than a year in office. She's distributed this kind of package to our people. We love her. We believe in her. We believe in her capacity to deliver. And she has demonstrated that kind of capacity right today. We appreciate her.